In this lesson, we're going to learn about typecasting and conversion. Typecasting is a way of determining the data type of an object or a value, while typecasting has to do with converting data from one type to another. Let's say we have value is equal to 20, and you want to determine the data type for 20. Although you can easily tell that 20 is an integer, but let's say you don't know what type of data 20 is, you can easily find this out using the type function. We can have something like print. Inside of the print, I'm going to provide the type function. Inside of the type, I'm going to provide value. Now let's run the program. And from the output, you can see that 20 belongs to the class integer. This has to do with object-oriented programming, so don't worry about this. When we get to object-oriented programming, you learn about classes and objects. In essence, what this is trying to tell us is that 20 is an integer. Now let me change this to 20.5 and run the program. This time around, we have a float. Now I can change this to true. And if I run this program, you can see we'll have bool, which means that true is a Boolean type. The same thing is applicable if I change this to false. Of course, this is also going to return bool. Now let me change this to 20 wrapped inside of a quote. So I can have something like this and have 20. By mere looking at this value, you may be tempted to think that this is an integer. But because this number is inside of a quote, it is considered a string and not an integer. Now, if I run this program, you can see we have class str. So what this means is that this is a string. This is a textual data. Likewise, if I have hello world inside of the quotes, I'm also going to get str, which stands for strings. Now let's look at conversions. Type conversion allows us to convert data from one type to another. And here we're going to be using a couple of functions. We're going to be using the int function, the float function, the str function, and the bool function. So let's start with the int function. The int function allows us to convert data to integer. So let's say we have value is equal to 20.5. Of course, this number is a float, but I can confirm by using the type function. So I can have print type value. And as you can see, we have a float. Now I'm going to be using the int function to convert this value into an integer. And here I'm going to have result is equal to int. Then I'm going to be providing value. Now let me print out the result. So I can have print result. And here we have result equal to 20, which is an integer. Now let me also print out the value. I can have print value. And we'll run the program. And as you can see, we have 20.5 and we have 20. So this is the value before conversion. Then after conversion, we have result, which is equal to 20. In essence, when you convert a float into an integer, you are not performing approximation. What you are simply doing is stripping off the decimal part. So if I have something like 20.9, If this were to be an approximation, we're going to get 21. But because we're converting to an int, we're converting to integer, we're simply removing this decimal part. Now, if I run the program, you can see we still have 20. So the int function allows us to convert values into the integer equivalents. Now let's look at the floats. The float function allows us to convert a value into a float. And for this example, I'm going to have value is equal to 20, which of course is an integer. Now I'm going to be converting this value into a float. And to do this, I'm going to have result is equal to float. Inside of the function, I'm going to provide value. Now let me print out the result. Print result. And as you can see, we have 20.0. So when you convert an integer to a float, it is going to add decimal part to that integer. So instead of having 20, it is going to add 20.0, which makes it a float. The next function we're going to be looking at is the str function. Str function allows us to convert data to strings. So we can have something like value is equal to 20.5. Of course, this is a float. To convert this number into a string, I'm going to be using the str function. So I'm going to have result is equal to str. Here I'm going to provide value. Now let me print out the result. Here we'll have print result. Now if I run the program, I'm going to get 20.5 in the output. And by mere looking at this output, you may think nothing happened, but we can easily verify by using the type function. So before the conversion, I'm going to have print type value. Then after the conversion, I'm going to have print type result. Then run the program. And as you can see, before the conversion, we'll have a float. Then after the conversion, we'll have str. Now the next function we're going to be looking at is the bool function. With the bool function, we can be able to convert data into the Boolean type, which is true or false. Now let me start with a number. Here I have value is equal to 1. Now I'm going to convert this value into a bool. So here I can have result is equal to bool. Inside of the function, I'm going to provide value. Now I'm going to print out the result. So here I have print result. Now if I run the program, you can see I have true. Now pay attention to this. If I change this to 0, I'm going to be getting a false. When you try to convert any number greater than 0 to a bool, you are going to get true. But if the number is 0, you are going to get a false. So if I change this to 2, I'm going to get true. If I change this to 1000, I'm going to get true. But if I change it to 0, I'm going to get a false. The same thing is applicable when you use an empty string. If I have something like an empty quote like this, it is going to return a false. So if I run it, you can see we have a false. But if I include a space or put at least a character inside of the quote, I'm going to get true. So now you can see we have true. So basically, this is how we convert data from one type to another in Python. Now you may be wondering, why are we doing all these conversions? Now let's take a look at this example. Let's say we have value 1 is equal to 20, and I have value 2 is equal to 20. This one is an integer, while this one is a string. Now let me try to add the two values together. So I'm going to have result is equal to value 1 plus value 2. Now let me print out the result. If we run this program, we're going to get this trace back. And if you look further, you can see unsupported operand for int and string or str. In essence, we're trying to add a number and a text, which is not supported. So if you really want to add two numbers or two integers, 20 and 20, you have to convert this to an integer. And to do this, I can have value 2 is equal to int, then I'll have value 2. Now let's run the program again. And this time around, it works well because of this conversion. Now let's try out another thing again. This time around, I'm going to be wrapping the first 20 into a quote. So I'm going to have something like this. Now I'm going to remove this and we'll run the program again. Now we have 20, 20. So this is what we call concatenation. When we get to strings, we'll learn more about strings and how to perform operations, including concatenation on strings. So don't worry about this. We're going to go in depth when we get to strings. Now, before we conclude, I want to show you one more example. Let's say we have num is equal to 20. Of course, I can easily convert this to an integer using the int function. Of course, we can have something like result is equal to int number. Now we can print the num. Now, if I include a letter inside of this quote, this is no longer a numeric text. It is now alphanumeric. And if I try to run this program, I'm going to run into an error. So the only time you can convert a string into an integer or into a float is if you are dealing with a numeric value. So if I have something like 20.5, of course, this is a numeric value, even though it's in form of a string. I can easily convert this into a float. And to do this, I'm going to have float, then run the program. And here we have 20.5. So conversion is actually a very important aspect of programming. And a lot of times it's important that you understand the type of data you are dealing with. And when there is need for conversion, I'm confident that you know how to do so.